like FNAF 3. From my understanding, out of the original trilogy, FNAF 3 was the weakest of the bunch in terms of, well, everything. I mean, it introduced Springtrap, quite literally the best iteration of him, but other than that, the gameplay was pretty underwhelming, especially considering there was only one animatronic. Technically. But I'm not going to talk about any of that. We're going to go through the lore, everyone's favorite topic to be spoon-fed. I'm going to sit down here and read the script to this persuasive video essay, pretending I know any more than you do. I'm going to point out how FNAF 3 had all the cards in a winning deck to end this franchise before the story got so ridiculous. And I'm going to do it in 10 minutes or less, because I respect your time. And also, content creation takes a while because I don't think I'm interesting enough to just talk over gameplay for 20 minutes. Anyways, roll the bumper. FNAF is a story shrouded in mysteries, well acquainted with disappointing, frustrating, confusing, twisted turns. It's not a hot take to say the story is a bit wacky. From weird concepts and repetitive story beats, it's a far departure from the roots of where the series began. The roots weren't that bad. FNAF 1 through 3 had a very simple story that was on pace to be a good trilogy, and I feel like a lot of people just forget how good it was. So allow me to remind you. I'm gonna go through the story on the surface, from FNAF 1 to 3 without the knowledge of any of the other games. Forget about Sister Location, Help Wanted, Security Breach, allow me to take you back to 2014.
My name is Markiplier and welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Hi, I'm Freddy Fazbear and welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria is an animatronic-themed restaurant where fantasy and fun comes to life. Chuck E. Cheese-style pizza parlor where our main cast, Freddy Fazbear, entertains the children alongside Bonnie Bunny, Chica Chicken, and Foxy the Pirate Fox. During the day, it's a wonderful place filled with fun, parties, and delicious pizza, but during the night, the animatronics are possessed by the souls of missing children, the 5 original children to be in fact, unfortunate youth who met their end by the hands of some mysterious figure, who you later find out in FNAF 2 is a being called Purple Guy. He's a horrific murderer who killed innocent children and stuffed them into the suits of the animatronic characters they looked up to. Their mangled corpses were trapped, entwined with metal circuits in agony, and their restless souls stuck to the establishment forced to linger within walking metal suits. The murderer was mysterious, even when we got to know more about him in FNAF 2. But what we did know was he was a monster, responsible for the whole reason the animatronics are so furious in the first place. We had no motive and no identity, we only knew one thing for certain: he carried out his killing in a yellow animatronic suit, which only leads us to believe it's Golden Freddy. Golden Spring Bunny suit, a relic of a Fazbear's establishment long before the restaurants were accustomed to. An early prototype to what we would now call the animatronics was a mascot suit locked with springs, so unstable any erratic movements, moisture, or just bad prepping could kill the wearer in an instant. So it was fitting he died inside this suit, after being tormented by the souls of his victims, he perished wearing the disguise he used to kill as a shield from his judgment, a poetic climax for an otherwise chaotic individual. He died that night. Or did he? Years later, Fazbear Frights, an amusement park attraction cashing out on the infamy of the now bankrupt and defunct Fazbear Entertainment, has a new horror attraction. The owners of said amusement park have been able to get a lot of relics from the 1980s era of Freddy's, but can't secure a working, functional animatronic. It's 2013, old school animatronics are relics of the past, so finding a functional mechanical mascot that not only can run off of modern software, but is in one piece is hard, but eventually they were able to find something authentic. No one's ever seen this animatronic in Freddy's before. There's Bonnie the Bunny, but this one's yellow. A yellow bunny? Well, hello, Mr. Purple Guy. It's been damn near 3 decades and this purple bastard is somehow still alive, and the spirits followed him. They are not at rest, and although they don't have their suits to walk around in, they can take the forms of the animatronic characters they were trapped in the forms of phantoms. So this is it. We have to finish it. Put an end to this saga. The only great force to purge evil is the same force that welcomes it. Fire.
Our top story here at KFI News 7. Now here's an update on this breaking story. Firefighters are still battling the flames of a huge two-alarm fire that has broken out at a local horror attraction off of Route 9.
Firefighters from 3 different city departments have been called out to combat the flames at Fazbear's Fright, which are now beginning to threaten other businesses in the area. Michelle Schmidt is live first on the scene. Michelle, tell us what's going on down there.
Yes, Christine. Well, we are here in front of what used to be Fazbear's Fright horror attraction, inspired by the unsolved mysteries of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Now, nothing has been confirmed as to what incited the fire, but speculation is pointing to arson, creating another mystery in a long line of mysteries surrounding this family restaurant from the 1980s. Early
The souls gather, finally able to commune, not in agony, hatred, or fear, but rest. They can move on after nearly 30 years since their murders. The one hanging thread has finally been erased. They can go to the afterlife. And while the main cast is ready to finally get some well-deserved rest, the soul that inhabits Golden Freddy is hesitant. Was this finally it? Can we rest? Is the memory of the purple guy, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and everything associated with it gone? Yes it is, the puppet reassures. There is nothing to be angry about anymore. Our killer is gone. We can now rest. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, okay, finally. We can be at rest. Never mind. This shit's just getting ridiculous. Yeah, you get it right. Fnaf could have ended at the good ending. But you may be saying, well, actually, Cassidy didn't let go and refuse to rest. Why? Why did he do that? Yes, narratively the happiest day is because of the souls being appeased and not Afton burning alive. But from a writing standpoint, it should have been because Afton was literally incinerated. But Afton was confirmed to not even be killed by the fire in the newspaper. Why? I'm trying to go at this from a writing standpoint, something Scott and his team aren't all too good at. A lot of the hurdles and controversial plot points we deal with now could have been avoided if they kept the rule of 3, kept the franchise a trilogy where the big bad dies in the end. The worst part is they clung onto the idea of Afton, like Scott was seriously dumbfounded on how to get rid of him like he didn't know it the first time. He crafted the perfect setting for the franchise to end. It was years after the original events of the game, Fazbear Incorporated were pretty much a distant memory, and the killer that started everything gets what he deserves. Therefore, the spirits who are unable to move on gets rest. I know that's not how the characters were laid out in the end, but that's how it should have been, because in retrospect, a lot of the pitfalls in the franchise's lore would cease to exist if it just stayed a trilogy. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, Pizzeria Simulator is a far more superior ending than Happiest Day, but to get there we had to stumble over Fnaf 4, trip over Fnaf Road, and run past this location. Games that in my opinion did more harm to the lore and MatPat's mental stability than Pizzeria Simulator was ever worth. Simulator was the perfect bookend. Everyone in their Fnaf Funko Pop knows that, but it is so sad that the game's following just collectively said, nuh-uh. Now, Afton's back twice. The plot is so far detached from showbiz pizza animatronics being spooky, and more children are added to the preschool classroom of ghost kids unable to move on. Could the other games have existed? Fnaf 4 and World could have been spin-offs. I don't really care for Sister Location because to me that's when the lore fell off, and Pizzeria Simulator and Custard Night could stay with a few tweaks. I love that Scott has made such a successful franchise, but it's so easy now to point out how bad the lore has gotten, and instead of poking and prodding at the bugs and security breach, I just wanted to turn your attention to the real exact moment the lore fumbled. Yo, I just wanted to say check the description for all the clips I used if you were interested. If you enjoyed this video for whatever reason, I think the pacing is whack on this one, something I gotta work on, but nonetheless, your support matters. Anyways, I just saved you the time of having to watch a video essay.